yakwani mashakil bijere salambi wansulu kanina kulu hibu badu ya jama mashakil bijere salambi wansulu salam alaikum alaikum salam salam alaikum alaikum salam salam dema binadi bet yakwani na 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 kan belet ma fi fogo salam dema binadi belet yakwani na 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 kan shokol tatu ma fi fogo salam dema binadi shokol yakwani.
صباح الخير استراليا تايم برحب بكم في بلاتفورم بتاعت لاندنج زون فيسبوك and YouTube. Please don't hesitate to share. That's the most important part. أنا برحب بكم مرة أخرى. I will be here quick for 2 good hours. Then I will close النارفين في أيامات الفات. I promise you last Saturday to come back in due to work issue, and I wasn't be able to come. I do apologize about that. I will play another song, then I will start. While I'm playing this, I will share on my side, and please help me share. Help me share. So let me play one more song, and then I will come back.
I shall not want. Hallelujah. I've got nothing more to worry about. Nothing to worry about at all. I've got nothing more to worry about. See, I got nothing else to worry about. Jesus is on my side. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I've got Jesus Christ on my side. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I've got Jesus Christ on my side. No worry can steal my happiness. I've got Jesus Christ on my side. No disease can steal my health away. I've got Jesus Christ on my side. So let me sing and testify. Oh, Jesus, my Savior. Polo, yes, Yesulana, wakipa, ayeti, tipalala, Kuriama, wachan, mayam, yeraya. Yesulana, wachan, ayeti, tipalala, Uchan, watu, mayam, yeraya. Yesulana, wachan, ayeti, tipalala, Kuriama, wachan, mayam, yeraya. Yesulana, wachan, ayeti, tipalala, miro lipa miro noba. Yes, you me a waba iguana. Empie ma pieni pa pienoba. Yes, you me a waba iguana. Polo, polo, yes, la. Yes, la, wa kipa. Ayeti, kipa la la. Kuriemu wajan, mayam yeraya. Yes, la, wa wajan. Ayeti, kipa la la. Kujan watu, mayam yeraya. Yes, jawa wajan. Ayeti, kipa la la. Kuriemu wajan, mayam yeraya. Yes, jawa wajan. Ayeti. Who shall separate us from the love of Christ? Yes. Shall tribulation, yes, or distress, or persecution, famine, yes, or nakedness, or peril, or sword? Yes. For as many are led by the Spirit of, yes, God, they are the sons, yes, of God. Romans chapter 8, yes, verse 14 and 35. May God bless you. Yes. May God bless you. Yes, 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 polo, polo, yes, la, yes, la, wa kipa, ayeti, kipa la la, kuriemu wajan, mayam yeraya, yes, la, wa wajan, ayeti, kipa la la, kujan watu, mayam yeraya, yes, jawa wajan, ayeti, kipa la la, kuriemu wajan, mayam yeraya, yes, jawa wajan, ayeti, kipa la la, polo, polo, yes, la, yes, la, wa kipa, ayeti, kipa la la, kuriemu wajan, mayam yeraya, yes, la, wa wajan, ayeti, kipa la la, kujan watu, mayam yeraya, yes, jawa wajan, ayeti, kipa la la, kuriemu wajan, mayam yeraya, yes, jawa wajan, ayeti, kipa la la,
مرحبا مرة أخرى، بسلم عليكم باسم ربنا يسوع المسيح. Here is Landing Zone Facebook and YouTube. Here I got your message. So أنا جيت الليلة agent also not prepared, but I managed to prepare my little studio here. Not like 3 days ago when I come on Monday, last Monday, I believe it, not Monday, I think it was Wednesday last week when I come. I came in not totally prepared. That's why I came on my own page of Nyarangu by name Nyarangu. I changed my name from Rose to Nyarangu. Soon I will get back to Rose again. Due to certain issues that has been going around in South Sudan. First of all, from my landing zone here, I wanted to send condolences to South Sudanese citizens who lost their lives in Sudan for the last couple of days. We have seen all in social media what's been going on. Our people have been targeted in Sudan in area called Jazeera with Medani. People have been slaughtered like a chicken or goat, and people have been targeted into like just like based on I don't want to say ethnicity, but it's based on color or whatever it is, what's going on in Sudan. They call them Zurgas. Zurgas mean blacks. People who are black. I'm proud of my skin color, but what took place in Sudan against South Sudanese citizen and the other black people that live in Sudan have been targeted with South Sudanese in Al Jazeera area, in area called um, I forget the name, Combo. We all know that area is mainly opened a long time ago when there is a في حتة مشروع بتاع الجزيرة which is farming area. People have been working in that farm, but again, they have to live close by. This is whereby this area came in existence. Convoy. Most of those people there are all farmers working in the farm. Uh, of course, many of them are like South Sudanese citizen and some of them people from Western Sudan and some other India communities from other areas. Anyways, things took place and South Sudanese was killed in big number. Until now, as I speak, there is no clear indication of how many people we have lost in Jazeera with Medani. There is some names came out and number which is 29 people, but according to other sources are saying that that's all is not the total number. People have been killed more than that, and the killing is still going on as I speak. It's not easy, and condolences to the family those who lost their loved ones in Jazeera. Uh, I really feel bad. We don't want to see our loved one being slaughtered like in the face of the camera and post on social media uh, by forces that's supposed to protect or supposed to be there for the citizen. Although yes, I understand that they are not citizens belong to that country, but they are there because they working in those areas of the farming zone that in that side of Jazeera. And the other thing is, many people came back from South Sudan when the war broke out. They came to Sudan looking for a safe refuge or safe area to live. And to live, of course, you need to survive. You need to survive, of course, you need to look for job. So most of them, the job that they do is farming in Jazeera. And today they have been targeted because of things that going on. I don't want to say that the reason that they say Sudan government said that they kill these people because those people are rebel. They are holding hand side by side with Janjaweed, which is killing the Sudanese. But again, I do believe if somebody from Sudan become Janjaweed fighting in Sudan, government of Sudan have right to arrest them and produce them to the or present them to the court and should be known publicly. So and so have been arrested from the front line or whatever. They will might be arrested, and here we take in necessary process that's supposed to be taken with them. But the killing that took place in Jazeera, there is women, children, and like children underage. You can just name it from 7 years old, 10 years old, 3 years old. Those kids won't be part of this so-called rebel. Even if the parents or one of the family, like a husband or father, become a rebel, not the whole family become a rebel. So I don't see what was the reason behind killing the whole civilians in the name of rebellion. Because I knew that there is some of South Sudanese citizens. They came and joined the Himeti, and also some of the South Sudanese also fighting alongside with SAF, which is Sudan people, Sudan army soldiers or whatever you name it. So from South Sudan, there is there is people who divided into two groups, some with the rebel, some with the government. So now government is the one killing Junubin, does over innocent people, people, elderly people that cannot even run, cannot even do anything. Some of them, they even sick, disabled, they cannot do anything, have been killed. So that will tell you they are not rebel and they have nothing to do with rebellion. Because if they want to be rebellion, why not be a rebellion in their own country while they run away from being mistreated in South Sudan? So we condemn that into strongest term possible. Government of Sudan is supposed to be better than that. Take critical investigation and take them to the court and produce them and send the names even to South Sudanese government. As you know, we have arrested those individuals from your country joining hand with rebel targeting our civilian. But that did not happen. It will tell you exactly how Sudanese government fall short in order for them to do the right thing. And that also make me to think of like, now if they do that towards women, elderly people, and young kids, and slaughter them in the public, they wanted to show South Sudanese that they're calling for war, and they declaring war against South Sudanese citizen, South Sudanese government. Again, killing those people and label them as a rebel just because they wanted to get somewhere there. They're poking the South Sudanese government, poking South Sudanese government to come out and do something. So I will stop that right there, and I don't want to dwell more on that. Last week I have done video already about this, but today the reason that I'm here, we have heard the news that came out from the government office about shutting down the social media. According to the letter that they brought in, they wanted to shut down TikTok, Facebook, and some other media platform from South Sudan only, from South Sudanese. هل يا ترى جماعة عندهم they are really able to shut down the medias? Because not only there is not only one media that people are being joining at the moment. We have so many platforms with so many different names, with so many ways that people interact together between South Sudan and people in diaspora. Our Haji, let us see what is the good advantage and disadvantage of media. And then I will talk a little bit about why. That's my assumption. I'm assuming, not assumption, but I'm assuming why government wanted to do this. Our Haja, social media do lots of benefits. هم ذاتوا حكومة نفسهم كان فعلا هم قفلوا media ده هيقفلوا only just from poor citizen، لكن لهم هم ذات الحكومة media بتاعهم هيشتغل، إن هذا نتورك هيشتغل، لأنه أصلا الحكومة ما هيقدر يقفل الميديا، عشان هم يقفلوا فيسبوك، يقفلوا تويتر، يقفلوا تيك توك، يقفلوا there is a telegram وفي تاني شنو ده club house. Yeah, you can name it. There is a long list. Okay, there is a long list. هل الحكومة هيقدر يقفل كل platforms ده؟ هيدفع كم لأونرز بتاع ناس club house ديل مثلا عشان to shut down the media just out of South Sudan كده برا، ويخلي باقي جزء بتاع الناس المهمين still to be able to communicate. أنا حاجة أنا شايفه في راسي هنا بتقولي is only about network. Government have ability to block this the network from certain people from Junub Sudan. They will طبعا حاجات دي عارفينه كله بيشتغل only بالنتورك. كان WhatsApp their network, Facebook is connected my WhatsApp and my Instagram. Those three are connected. Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp. Those three are connected. All on a beta ya meta alasa kan awal there who Mark. But now Mark Taban who's he sold it out, he sold his business out. Bigger now it's under name of Meta. Those three are all connected. If your Facebook is blocked or locked, make sure if you connect it to WhatsApp and Instagram, those three will go together. Okay? Now, وديل ثلاثة كلهم بيشتغلوا بالنتورك محتاجين شبكة. Okay? كان ما في نتورك ما بيشتغلوا. Now, you have Telegram. I don't know. I have no enough knowledge about Telegram, how is it works. But again, Telegram برضو فيه هناك. I believe برضو their network. And you have Imo. Imo برضو their network. And you have Twitter space account. Now, طبعا حاسة سموه X, the new name. طبعا برضو Twitter have been sold and the new person's name it X. So X space برضو their network. So all this is stuff because there is a lot is been going on in social media platforms against the regime, against the government, what is the regime doing towards the people and how people have been targeted. وحتى مشاكل اللي كان حصل في Sudan a couple of days back trigger our brothers from South Sudan to go out for muzaharat or to go out for in protest against the Sudanese citizen who lives in Juba or who lives in South Sudan. Who brought this information out? Those who targeted our brothers from Sudan. Our brothers have been slaughtered in social media. In front of the camera, they film it and send it on Facebooks, on TikToks. So all these videos came up and trigger our family members, brothers, in-laws, whatever you name it, from Junub Sudan. Those people decided to go out to protest against Sudanese citizen who lives in South Sudan and protected by Salva Kiir Mayardit. Junubin are not happy. Why Kiir is protecting those people while our people have been slaughtered in Sudan and Burhan is not able to protect our own people who are, I'm talking only about civilian. I'm not talking about those who holding guns with rebel or with Burhan. So they're supposed to be protected as well. So people become really mad. People went in protest, and some of them they did the right way. They went to Sudan embassy and they hold some signs, and they have a special letter they presented to the ambassador of Sudan to South Sudan. That one is made really perfectly good. There is no any problem took place there. But another protest that went at night, people went out at night after 8 p.m. They they broke shops, they looted the stuff, they burned down houses bitanas. Because all these people moved to Juba. They are using working as a business people from Sudan. They're renting our houses, they're renting our families' houses, they're renting our Junubins' houses. Okay, when you burn the house of one of those who live in that house because they are the one you think they are the one murdered or killed or slaughtered your family members in Sudan, that's the wrong thing that we have done or our people have done. So we have condemned that too. Any protest supposed to have somebody to direct people, somebody there to let people know what is their demands. They're coming out to do protest, or they coming out to stand and to stand against the system of Salva Kiir or ambassador of Sudan in South Sudan. That means they have a special letter. They have some demands. They want these demands to be implemented or to be put in place for them. So if you guys don't have agendas, don't have demands, don't have anything, this is whereby you go and loot other people's property, burn people's houses, targeting Sudanese in South Sudan and beat them, and that's not a good thing to do. Because if we're really looking for justice for our loved one that we have lost in Sudan, then we shouldn't be acting this in the same manner. We shouldn't be targeting Sudanese that came running from war that took place 15 April 2023 in Sudan, because those people ran for their life, and some of them, yes, they're doing business in South Sudan. We shouldn't be targeting them because they got no relationship between them and people that who killed our brothers, because those who kill our brothers is the government of Sudan with their forces of Sudan army. So it should be dealt with by our rotten regime that we have in the system. That's supposed to be their responsibility. They're supposed to act up. If they can also do peaceful aggression towards Sudan by calling their ambassador back to South Sudan and send the ambassador from Sudan back to Sudan that we have in South Sudan until further notice, until everything sorted out. That's a peaceful aggression. If you wanted really to do something to protect your own people, by now things will go the way that Masalan all Junubin wanted to see, but failed to do so by Salva Kiir regime, and Salva Kiir himself as a president made our people to feel really short and bad. They feel like government are not there for them. Government is not there to protect them. Government is not there to speak on their behalf. Government is not there to present or represent them at any time. I have talked about this a lot. Couple of months back, we have seen how many people have been killed in Uganda too. People have been slaughtered. Shabab Sogar in young age. Nobody talked about this. And now today also it's happening in Sudan, Sudan by Sudan forces, but we haven't seen anyone coming out and condemning this action or talking or even calling for protection for the rest of the people that we have in Sudan. So people are now like losing hope and not happy. And I really understand why people went to that extent, because their loved one have been slaughtered like the way that nobody wanted to see. So social media are the one created all this. But again, it's good for us to see it, to know who is our enemy of South Sudan, to know who is with us in South Sudan, to know who is there to harm us anytime that if they get chance to do so. Okay? If social media second thing that I wanted to see why why Salva Kiir have done this, why they have decided to shut down the network. I don't want to call it girl they really shut down media, because it doesn't click here. It doesn't make sense. What power do Kiir have to close the social medias? There is so many different platforms with different names. Platforms. I don't think that's the right thing, but it's the network. Because as I speak, like just half an hour ago, there is still people communicating from South Sudan. And according to the letter says, it's supposed to be shut by midnight. And now this is after midnight in Sudan, in South Sudan. Okay, now it's after midnight. It's almost بكون الساعة 2 صباحا تقريبا، ولا بكون يمكن 2:30 ماشي ل3 صباحا. So أنا ما شايف حاجة رب بكون في لسه في technical issue of how to switch off some network from other people and leave it for some other people, because هم ذاتهم كبار they need it. They really need it. أول حاجة في طلبة قاعدين يقروا online. If you want to shut down this media in either this network for Juba, that means you eliminate those students not to study. That واحد. Number 2, network da internet da zato بيشتغل في محلات في مجالات كتير، مستشفيات. كان ده لنا زي عندنا هنا في الدياسبرا. everything is rely on network. يوم نتورك بنزل بقى كده ده half an hour بلد ده كله قاعد يجيف بكورينو، بلد كله بيجيف بكورينو، لانه تدر لك نتورك لتليفونات، نتورك ذاته آه في اجهزه بيشتغل بالنتورك، في اجهزه بيشتغل بنايدم لايك انت تدر لك ده فاكس. انا ما اعرف فاكس برضه قاعد يشتغل بالنتورك ولا ما قاعد يشتغل بالنتورك. I'm not 100% sure. في a lot will be dealt with internet. مجال بتاع الشغل كله عشان الناس يشتغلوا في كمبيوتر دير له كله النتورك. النتورك ده كان وقع ده كم بليون في واحد ساعه، بقول لك ده خسائر بتاع كم بليون، وكمباني ده have to be responsible. بنوك بيج فيل بنك بكون شات داون. ها في مجالات كتير. بعدين النتورك اللي في جوبرا ولا في South Sudan is not only for interest بتاع Salva Kiir. and احنا ذاتنا في الدياسبورا ده we communicate with our family members and make it easier for us through WhatsApp, through email, through telegrams, through messengers. This is how people communicate. يمكن في زول عيان هناك سريع بكتب لك مسج انت بتعرف and then quickly you help انت البرا هنا. Yeah? That's how people communicate all around the globe. اجي لما جنوب السودان براو وسلفا كير ما يعمل نفسه الدكران لدرجه انه he have power to close the network for people. بمعنى هو عنده اجنده. حاجه اللي انا خاطيه في راسي هنا ده سلفا كير عنده اجنده. لان انا ما شايف any reason اللي بخلي سلفا كير يقفل النتورك في زمن بتاع حسا ده ويمشي يلابولت لكيس اللي كان happen في السودان. He's taking that case as advantage to use it. He took that case بتاع السودان target and Sudanese the South targeted South Sudanese citizen and slaughtered them in Sudan. He took that advantage, used it عشان يقولوا قال هو قفل النتورك بسبب انه حاجه رجعت تجيب مشاكل في الجنوب. but now ما تصدقوا كلام بتاع سلفا كير، ما تصدقوا. حكومه have different agenda. يا اما نحن لما طبعا في جواب قال النتورك هيقفلوه في beginning قال ل3 شهر 90 days. لما تقرا الجواب شويه تنزل تحت قال 1 month. الجواب براه complicated فوق complication. ما تعرف ده منو كتب الجواب ده كتب بس اللي ذاته شنو يعني. ذاته في حاجه كده ملخبطه الجروب ذاته في جوه داخل جي 1. ناس ديل راسهم ما مظبوط، ما اعرف مشحشحين ولا مصعصعين، واحد من الاثنين. اما كده اما كده واحد في الاثنين زي ما انا قلت. لانه الجواب نفسه ذاته is not جواب tell you that exactly what is going on. و evidence الخطو ده ما evidence مثلا بياخد بخش في الدماغ ناس بيقولوا فعلا حكومة عنده حق. hold on a minute. الجواب اللي هم خطوه ما جواب البوري الاساسي. هذا الريزن اللي هم اخذوه عشان يقفلوا بو النتورك ما كان ريزن، ما سترونج ريزن، ما سترونج ريزن لدرجه انه تشوف مثلا ريزن ده مثلا فوق خطوره. عشان كده هم فعلا عندهم حق يقفلوا. ما بوريك فوق درجه خطوره، لانه كل حاجه تقدر تعمله انت you need to describe maybe في درجه خطوره انت شايفه عشان حاجه ده people are using it وخطوره بتاعه ولا مثلا disadvantage بتاعه كده 1 2 3 and is going to affect people or is going to affect مثلا some communities or something. Just bring something tangible that people understand, something that makes sense. But for this government there is nothing at all. reason اللي هم خطوا ده ما reason. أنا خاطي 2 حاجات. امبارح في مشاكل في اللبنك. People have been displaced. اللبنك ده بلد وانيجا، مشاكل هناك، حرقوا بيوت ودقوا مواطنين، عملوا جرائم بتعمل كله دارين يعملوه، ارتكبوه وحرقوا بيوت. أنا بجيب لك صور بتاع جماعة دي فوق هنا. Let me show you one by one. طبعا انتوا شفتوا صور، انا خطيت الصور هسه انتوا شفتوا. ده صور بتاع مواطنين بتاع لبنان. Lebanon have been displaced, have been targeted, have been burned down by who? Matianganyor. Who owns Matianganyor for South Sudan? Who is responsible for Matianganyor in South Sudan, ya Junubin? And Salva Kiir ma dara عشان الناس البرا يا حاجات ده يعملوا ازعاج، وناس الجوا ما يصوروا حاجات ده يرسلوا في ميديا. Because already he have enough. ناس حيطلعوا في الشارع تاني. And Salva Kiir is strongly preventing that not to happen. He's in side of wanting to control Junubin. Nobody should do whatever that people are doing. But he forgot. Satellite is still working. موبايلات قاعد يشتغل بالساتلايت ده لسه شغال. وفي تاني اسمه ستارلينج ده برضه شغال. He cannot control it. بعدين في ثالث حاجة. انت ممكن تعمل recording video مش live. ممكن تعمل short recording video ولا صور ممكن ترسله بمسج. ممكن ترسله بمسج بيمشي إلا كاريتا ما عندك سمارت فون. But if you do have a smartphone it will go. ده حاجة الحسي they cannot control it. Okay? Even I'm even suspecting that Telegram it might work. So حاجات Salva Kiir قاعد يفكر فوقه زول ده عنده قلب أسود. دماغه ده ما بيشتغل إلا killing. دماغه ده ما بيشتغل إلا targeting people. And Salva Kiir is really serious of coming with the program of implementing what the Joint Council of Elders want to make South Sudan as a kingdom. And the rest of the people have to be slaves. Rest of Junubin have to live like a slave and the mercy of Salva Kiir Mayardit in South Sudan and his family. وده لسه باقي جنوبين لسه ما شافوا كلام ده ما عرفوا. Why now Waniga is quiet? You cannot see him anywhere talking or doing anything. What is going on? And that his village. Lebanon, this is Southern Bari, where is Waniga is coming from? The vice president himself. There is no respect. There is no respect for Wani. And I wonder what is in Salva Kiir's mind. Salva Kiir is implementing the agenda of DDP. the agenda of DDP to take control of Junub Sudan at large, all the borders, killing Junubin. We have seen a couple of days ago, or a couple of weeks ago, how they targeted the Azande community in Tombura. You guys have seen that. His militia, his South Sudan People Defense Force, and Matianganyar were sent to Tombura in the name of to bring peace between the two communities, between Zanda and Balanda. But in fact, they went there and turned around, they started terrorizing the community, beating people, raping women and children. That's Salva Kiir's forces. Huh? And I really are pleading for the Zande community to open their eyes and see, not just to go and accuse somebody else. Why are you protecting the criminal? Why are you covering up the criminal? What is behind this? Because you can see it even from the Azande people, and those who have been targeted, they speak loud and clear. The forces of South Sudan People Defense Force are the one committing all these atrocities. Why is it hard to say it out? Why are you protecting them? For what reason? Shalaka enter their positions at Wanigara. Do not let your people be killed in the name of the kursi that you just wanted it. Because you're there to represent your own community that were being killed. If they are not there, you're not going to be in that seat. Because you're not going to have someone that you're representing anymore. That's another case. Just leave it somewhere on the side. I don't want to dwell more on this. Community of Lobonok have been displaced, as I told you. Let me bring the picture. Bukun Fizol Jahasema Shafo. الصورة الأخيرة أنا خطيته ده مستشفى. اتخيل ده مستشفى يا برجلو ولا مركز صحي، لأن أنت بتشوف في سرير المريض لما يجي في مستشفى بيرقدوه فوقه عشان الدكتور يفحص يشوف مثلا يكون سماع، يشوف زول نفسه كيف وكده. You can see that مركز صحي تقريبا ولا كان مستشفى أنا ما أعرف. ده هو برجلو اللي فوقه ترابيزة فوق أوراق ده وكتب ده. ده مستشفى يا مبرجل زي ده. بمعنى الناس ديل ما دارين يشوفوا حاجة في محلات ديل هم دارين to occupy all those areas. They wanted to occupy Kandar Lobonok, Kandar Lokiriri, Kandar Rajaf, كان في Western Equatoria, كان في Eastern Equatoria, كان في Yei ولا في border محلات ديل كله. They wanted to put their hands everywhere, control all these places. And yet مما حاجة حصل ما شفنا واني ذاته جبر عمل complain. None of those who are representing the Lobonok community call themselves they are the leaders working with Salva Kiir. None of them came out to condemn. Are they really happy with this condition? Because this is not first time to happen, Lenas Lobonok. I believe 3 years ago, the same business Iyalta Lobonok Kotolom, mashallah. تمشي في طرف بعض الناس اللي بيمشي بسيد بقى سمك ساكن شباب صغار عمر 14 16 been targeted. We have seen that happening because we have done some contribution to send it to Lobonok community when they have been displaced like about 3 or 4 years ago. We have done so much. By then, it was really killing Noel Batadla. But for this one at the moment, I don't know if there is people have died or killed, and I'm not too sure. We are yet to hear the news, maybe tomorrow or after tomorrow. If Radio Tamazuj and IRA, they will bring the news out, but yet they're talking about this network issue today. Everything have to be shut down. So ده بوريك على اساس انه شهر 12 اللي نحن كنا منتظرين بانه سلفا كير دائما بيعمل مشاكل في شهر 12 بقتل ناس. السنه ده هو جل شهر 12 and he moved it to January. And January already 2025 started bad with Junubin. People are killed in Khartoum. People are killed within the country and displaced, targeted, and raped, and all this happening. And not only that alone. 2 weeks ago, let me bring this picture up. This picture is from Mundri West Mundri. Okay, this guy have been targeted by Ambororo. The whole story was like this. Salva Kiir, now we know it's a summertime, and Salva Kiir is trying his best level to get rid of all rebel in the bush. So he brought in he deployed more forces in Western Equatoria State. Last week, he deployed another 600 plus on the top of the forces that are already in Western Equatoria, which is between Lanye and area called I write this down somewhere. So what I remember is an area called Lanye. Those forces have been deployed there, and he ordered another more forces to be deployed. And 600 forces have been deployed last week on the top of the forces that they have already in that area. Those forces plus Ambororo came about 1,000 men. 1,000 men, Ambororo, okay? And most of the time we seen Ambororo will come to Western Equatoria, but they come for grazing. They bring their cattle, they graze, and they go. So this time they come with intention of fighting. About 7 or 9 days ago, Mundari of Tali also came with their cattle, and they carrying really good heavy weapons, heavy artilleries. Okay, those are the Mundari of Tali. So they come on the side of Tali. Then the Ambororo from another side, and Amborotab came from the border side of Central Africa Republican, I believe, and Salva Kiir's forces came from Juba. Now they stationed on Lanye area. Like the way they divided themselves all over the place in order for them to squish the rebel in the middle. That's the plan that they have. But we know, and we will do what is necessary, have to be done. Now, instead of looking for the opposition or the rebel in the bush, this Amboro, they start targeting the community. That was 2 days ago. They start targeting the communities. They did the same job that took place now in Lobonog. They kill people. I'm yet to know The number of people maybe will come later on. The reason that I came earlier today, I was waiting for the number of the people so I can come out with full information. But they're still doing the assessment to see how many houses have been burned down, how many people died, and how many of them wounded. But the reason that, or the fact that they said the network is going to close down, I said it's good for me to come now, so at least some other people from back home hear the message. So the Amboro start to target the community in area called Wande. If you guys know Wande, some of you maybe will know Bishop Yohana Wajo. That's his area. And this is where he comes from. They targeted Wande. They killed people. Some people were wounded. One of them at the picture that I just put, the guy have been wounded on his leg. I think maybe he's been shot by bullet. So definitely. So that's what I heard, what I see. Some people have been killed, some people have been wounded, and some people, some houses have been burned down. So some houses have been burned down. Sorry for the interruption. Fizol Lena water meter barra هناك. So في بيوت اتحرق. ده في واندي ما واندي براو. 3 other areas. Let me read it for you. I think 2 areas, not 3. Okay, في منطقة بقولوا لادوا وفي منطقة بقولوا توري برضو ده يعني محل كده قريب مخور. توري ده قريب برضو مع حتة اللي بقولوا واندي. كلام ده 3 مناطق ديل have been burned down. اوكي. وفي ناس زي ما انا قلت لك البيوت متحرك ده، في واحدين اتعوقوا وفي واحدين ماتوا وجزء منهم بقى displaced. Of course, people have been displaced, but where they ran to, listen, I mean the full information. I don't have full detail about that, but definitely I will get that maybe later on. Can internet guard decide Nasal Wara, or maybe by phone call? I have to make some few phone calls later on to see how big number of people that have been displaced and how many people have been targeted and killed. That will happen eventually later on, and I will just post it on my page on social media for everybody to know what had happened in Greater Munre. So now I wanted to go back for why Salva Kiir wanted to close the social media. Those are the stuff Salva Kiir doesn't want people to know, because now he's putting his full gear. He is in full gear. He pulled his socks up to target Junubin, to kill Junubin, burn Biyut Bitam, Yutrudum, and replace them. Okay? Displace South Sudanese citizens and replace them by his own community. For network to be active, will expose him and will expose his dirty job, his dirty deed against Junubin. That one of what I was thinking of. The second one, we have heard that Salva Kiir wanted to bring Bolmel. Everybody knows that. Bolmel is now been acting as a president undercover. He's acting as a president. Everything, Bolmel is the one doing it. But because he haven't been announced publicly, haven't been brought in public, haven't been حلفوه خلاص عشان يكون active president of Junub Sudan. How many positions now, يعني, how many positions now at the moment Bolmel has? Bolmel is over control of everything on the top of the leadership of Junub Sudan. Above everyone that was senior to SPLM, those who fought in the bush and came as the leaders to take this country forward as according to their SPLM vision and mission. He just came from nowhere. خطوه بقى في top office, عملوا له ترقية دبابير ده لحد هناك وشنو شنو عشان to give him power to be on control of everything and on control of everybody that above supposed to be above him. So my thinking is it's time now for the transitional to take place without people knowing in diaspora, because people will go crazy. And this is whereby we have seen how many people Salva Kiir is reshuffling people every Friday. As of tomorrow Friday, we will expect more reshuffling. Okay, people will be reshuffled, hiring and firing, hiring and firing, hiring and firing, and he's now kind of bringing in Bolmel's cabinets in, or Bolmel's ministerial ministers in. You know, he's firing his old people and bringing those who Bolmel wanted them to be with him in the system. Bolmel will say to Salva Kiir, "Give Filanda, Tala Filanda Bara. I need this Filan to be here." Next day, you can just hear the sound of degree. Boom, Filan is out, Filan is back in. Boom, Filan is out, and that one is back in. You know, so now it's replacing Bolmel's favorite people to come in the system and firing those who used to be in his system of Salva Kiir, you know, and people are not happy about that. People are not happy, including the Gen Council of Elders are not totally happy with what Salva Kiir has been doing. And this whereby you see last time when Akol Kur was fired. Why? Because of all this stuff. Because when Paul Malone came back, Paul Malone doesn't want Akol Kur, and Paul Malone is coming back because Bolmel wanted Paul Malone to work with. في اللخبطة في جيوان قدرمبارة والليلة. وده كله ما من صالح جنوبين, because Junubin have been put in dark area. You cannot see, you cannot hear. Now his network have to be cut off, because with this network on, Junubin and diaspora are on the top of everything. Are telling Junubin back home, you guys don't sleep. There is something is happening like this. There is something is happening like that. Yijama, open your eyes. Salva Kiir doesn't want that. This is whereby Elia Lomoro Yomdakali and social media criminals. He called us social media criminals. Who did that? Elia Lomoro, because he's the one of those who works for Salva Kiir, not working with Salva Kiir. He works for Salva Kiir. ثالثا حاجة الجيش كله بقى غضبانين. جيش كله بقى زعلانين. Imagine the forces that they have in South Sudan at the moment is over 4 years with no salary. 4 years with no salary. When Salva Kiir need them, he gives them 1 month salary. Then people are happy, then they will be deployed somewhere for work. Then after that 1 month, there is no other salary until next year. Leave alone the civil society, civil servant. Until December, it was 13 months. Now it's January, that's 14 months. There is no salary for civil servants, teachers, doctors, can say engineers, nas munu munu. There is no salary. Imagine the country that failed chapter 1. Imagine the country, the leader that called himself as a leader, he failed to offer chapter 1 to his citizen. يا جماعة chapter 1 ده عندنا هنا إن شاء الله في بلد أنا قاعدين فوق قروشها كان آخر يوم واحد بس، إلا كان في سبب زي حسب مشكلة بتاع الإنترنت ده، يمكن إنترنت داون، يمكن في حاجة happen, and they will send you email. They will send you email. There is a technical issue, but you will expect your money by so and so, maybe tomorrow. Because it can gurushak da akhar ma je fi account, you have other engagement on your account. Example, you have mortgage supposed to go, you have bill supposed to go, you have car finance bill supposed to go, electricity bill supposed to go, and then if money doesn't come on time, all this stuff will be labeling you as somebody that is not paying bill on time. Your name is going to go in record. Nobody wanted to be in bad record. No one, because if you want to go ask for another loan in the bank, you will never be given, because your name will be labeled like every time متى for قروش on time. شفت كيف؟ وما في زول يخد نفسه في متاحات زي ده. عشان كده حاجات زي ده company بتake responsibility fully with no joke. ما زي حاجة سلفا كير. Imagine someone works 12 months or 13-14 months with no salary. That's the degree that abuse to the highest level, and that's really slavery. It's slavery, and people are worried to talk. People are worried to demonstrate, are worried to come out and ask for their right. People are worried even to stay home because they're not getting paid. Because if you stay home 2 days, you will be called in the office. Why you didn't show up? You become a rebel. They will arrest you and put you in blue house. National security will arrest you just because you did not go to work 2 days, and they forget that they did not pay you over 12 months. You will still go by walking, ride a bike, whatever it is, you just go to work. They don't give a damn about anything towards that you're suffering of. And made us also outside here in diaspora works very hard. We are the one have family back home. We have our fathers sick with diabetics, with blood pressure, with kidney issue, with all this underlying health issue. And not getting enough food. We have to work here 2-3 jobs in diaspora, Australia, Canada, America, to offer little support to our family members back home. To offer at least 1 meal a day for our families back home. We've all been enslaved in one way or another. We in diaspora, we've been enslaved also with Salva Kiir. Because what can we do? You cannot leave your family to suffer and die because they did not eat. Whatever you get, a little that you get, you share with them. The little that we get here in diaspora, we share with our family members. And yet Salva Kiir is there giving salaries to some people at night. Some people are getting paid at night, ya jama. That president called himself Bloody Salva Kiir Mayardit. He's paying some salaries to other people at night. They will come to your house, knock your door, and give you envelope. And those who works 24/7, they never get paid. They never see money. They only get paid once a year or twice per year. That wasn't country that we fought for, Jama. It's not the country that we were looking to have our independence by then from Sudan regime because of all this type of atrocities. Whatever Salva Kiir is doing is bloody, something that nobody wanted to see. The third thing that I was thinking of, there is a youth coming out, supposed to come in demonstration on 14th of February, next month. 14th of February is Valentine's Day. Okay, there is a youth are doing mobilization on Facebook, TikTok, and Twitter. They're mobilizing themselves. Okay, and I think those people are from South Sudan, from within the country. And Salva Kiir wanted to contain this not to happen, because mobilization through social media, it will stop because there is no network. There is no network. That mobilization eventually will stop. Okay? So Bemana Salva Kiir doesn't want people to come out to ask for their rights, to ask, to demand what they wanted. And remember, South Sudan Constitution mentioned something about peaceful protest is citizens' right. They have a right to go outside, demonstrate peacefully, don't break stuff, don't loot people properties, don't harm people. Go ask for your right peacefully. If you have letter, present it to the person that you wanted to go and protest against, and include some other organizations like UN organization or Red Cross or whatever it is. But you do it peacefully. You don't fight. You don't break down, push down as border, no. You know? So this thing, Salva Kiir wanted to prevent this peaceful protest not to take place. And this is the third time those people are trying. Because I remember last year when they start the mobilization, they print out list of they print out a paper with list of 6 people with their telephone numbers. I believe those people all been arrested. They all have been arrested. They did nothing wrong. See, they did nothing wrong. They just are mobilizing themselves because they wanted to come out, because there is stuff that they demanded Salva Kiir to put it in place. They need the school, they need the road, they need clean water, they need hospitals, they need whatever is necessary have to be done by government to citizen in any country. So those people have been eliminated, they have been arrested because they exposed themselves out early. But again, I don't see it as they exposed themselves. They have right to go out and demonstrate as long as they don't harm people. Even here, like example in Australia, if you want to go demonstrate, you write your petition or letter, you send it to the to the mayor of the area and police that around the area. You send them the letter, you let them know how many people will be expected, and they will tell you where to go, which where are you going to assemble yourselves. They will tell you, example, there is a big park, you can go on this area, and they will be there to help. They will be patrolling around, preventing people not to fight. If people came drunk, they will take them away, something like that, just to prevent mashakil ma yahsal. And this is the work of police, not national security, not Jesh. Jesh can go for barracks because this is where they belong. They have to be in barracks, they have to be in borders to protect the borders that have been left like bawaba min ghair wukala min ghair bawab. They have to go and live, stay in those borders of South Sudan. With how many borders that we have at the moment, and they're all empty like nyalama bita zol al mendu sunun. Zol bukush nas bukush ala kefum batla ala kefum, mujrimin bukush ala kefum batla ala kefum. Jesh bes bitahabu jo Medina. They only know how to arrest, they only know how to terrorize, they only know how to to rape women and children. Those are the militia that Salva Kiir have. We don't have national forces, because if we do really have national forces, Salva Kiir can mabaskut la Burhana Lela. He will not, but he's quiet because he knows his level. He always order Uganda forces to come even protect him within our country. He always call Uganda forces. Right now, as I speak, how many Uganda forces that we have? About more than 3,000 in South Sudan. What are they doing there? Of course, Salva Kiir is using all our resources money just in order for this Ugandan forces to protect him. As much as he wanted to live in this seat, he's working very hard to get that done by all men. And now he's going to leave. Bolmel is the one brought the last forces. He's the one went all the way to Uganda and signed this deal, Munuma Museveni. He signed the deal with Museveni, and they sent the forces to South Sudan. In the name of Gal, opposition is targeting buses on the Numule Road, which is the one created that havoc just to give them approval. Something that to give them approval of having forces from Uganda. Because what Uganda is doing in South Sudan? Huh? What is this Uganda is doing in South Sudan? If really we have national army for Junub Sudan, we don't. We don't have that national army for Junub Sudan. We just only have Mujriminu militias that have been called in tribal name. Matianganyor, Dudkubeng, Munu, a Tok wala TikTok wala Munu. Hajat kida zato mata from Rasumin Kureno. And these militias are the one targeting our communities, targeting people in Mundere, targeting people in Tambura, targeting people in Lobonok, targeting people in Lokiriri, targeting people in Maban, targeting people in Fashala. Huh? These militias that Salva Kiir have, they only know how to terrorize communities within the country. But to go and fight the enemy, they don't have that go. They don't. Because they can't. They can't do it. They're just men enough here. When they speak, go to Clubhouse, you will see the true color. Go to Clubhouse, you will see the true color of these people and how they speak. والله الناس ده لما يكلموا زي اللحب بتاع النار الهوا كان شديد بس قاعد يرفعوا سريرة. This is those people. But put them in Medan, they will run for their lives. Now, with this problem happening with Sudan, they're calling people, let us unite, let us come together and go and fight Sudan. Nobody will fight Sudan, ya Junubin. It will fi Junub da. Let me tell you this. Nobody should go galbe isim bita jesh ashan derini amulekun deployment to fight. No one should do this. You're not fighting anyone. We have fought so many times, but now these people have taken this alasas we are the one liberated you. They are the one liberate us according to their statement. They're always telling us that they are the one liberated us because we did not fight because they are the majority. Okay, if you're a majority and you're the one fought, why not just do it now? Why are you calling people for to go and fight again? When Salva Kiir himself is the one created that havoc in Sudan. Salva Kiir himself, he have that problem. He's the one created that problem in Sudan. So nobody should go and fight for Sudan. Ayi gabila min ayi gabila tani mafi. Mafi zoli yamshi. Let Salva Kiir have his own people to go and fight there. And those who insulting people 24/7, let them go and fight. We're not going to be part of somebody's problem. We have died enough, and it's time for us to rest. We've been fighting from 1940s. 1940s, we've been fighting. Our great-grandfathers fought from 1940s. Our fathers, 1960s. Huh? And now we are the one fighting. And then again, our children learn. Did we just been in this bellet في الدنيا عشان just to die؟ مالو ربنا كتب لنا شنو؟ جريمة بتاع أي زول يمسك cross، أي زول carry their own cross. Something that we did not create, we're out of it. We're not going to fight Sudanese. Let Salva Kiir and his own people that created that problem with Sudanese government, they have to take that responsibility fully. They have to take that responsibility fully. We're not going to be part of that problem. You called us already, you called us foreigners. You called us Ugandese, Congolese, Munu, and yet you wanted us again to fight for you. And then when we come back again tomorrow, you're going to use the same language to threaten us. We have learned. We have learned from what you guys are doing to us. I will play one voice here. You guys can hear that voice. I hope that's my voice. What did I do now? Okay. لحظة واحد بس. I just want to make sure I'm bringing up the
issues. Family issues because when people were killed in what Medellin and North Sudan, there was no distinction between whether you were from Pakistan or from Equatoria or from Upper Nile. Whether you were a Jing or a Nuer or you were killed as South Sudanese, you should understand that. And that was the reason why we ignored everything. But because some of you don't have hearts, you don't have that nationalism in you, you're just pushing wrong buttons. And the worst thing is, most of you here are even elders. You should be the one talking to us as young nation, to talk to us with words of wisdom. But it's a reverse thing now. Because like I said before, since the end of last year until we enter the new year, beginning of January until today, we have controlled ourselves as a para, thinking that you will change, but you're not changing. And you have forgotten, like I said before, you don't ask yourself why a para was open. Ask yourself that question. If you have a heart, if you are a human being, ask yourself why was it open? For your information, like I said before, it was open because some of you were sitting in a very silly manner that anger and government are the same thing. But we are saying no, these are two different things. These are two different things, and we justify that. We say there is no difference between Umbeg and Torit in terms of service delivery. There is no difference between EA and Will. There is no difference between Bentiu and Kojo. If the government in Juba had favored Dinka territories, like some governments around the region, which was misplaced by one of our sons. He said that out of frustration. But if you think critically, you would have analyzed that statement, not just taking it and then jump with it or run with it. Because there is a big difference between Manote and Manote. Schools, there are modern hospitals, the roads are connected. What are all these areas? But do we have those in Denga territories? It will come into it in Upindel. That's when you meet you, why I'm in in mature societies where people think you are in the West. Either you are not in development, or you are not in Nasser, or you are not in, I don't know where about. You are in Canada, you are in Australia, you are in Britain, you are in the US. انتوا ناس كبار. زحمة ساكن زحمة في مدينة. Most of you are supposed to be somewhere deep in the mountains or in the hills. One congestion in the city, that is you. There are some of you who are staying here and you that question. Some of us here, we used to debate you before we opened this room. What was our position? You people are disintegrating this society in South Sudan. Because you don't talk on politics.
Okay, that's pretty much حاجة اللي قاعد يحصل في كلاب هاوس. أنا بس در نجيب لك صورة بتاعه قريب. Those are how the government supporters are targeting people. إنت لما تقول حقيقة you will be labeled, you will be targeted, insulted, and mocked, and all the type of the thing that they will be able to do. So with the with the issues that happened a few days ago in Sudan, some of them actually they are mobilizing people to kill. They're mobilizing people really to kill, and this is supposed to be prohibited for Australia. You in Australia living a luxury life, you cannot advise somebody or encourage somebody back home to go and kill someone. That's really against the law, and Australia should take this really serious. You know. So let me just continue with this, and you will hear it yourself. لحظة واحد بس.
Okay. So, acceptable in South Sudan. You at South Sudanese, at the communal level, at the societal level, if you are angry, if you are mad because of what happened, you are free to kill. But that is not a policy of the government. Because no government can monitor you wherever you go. I'm saying, alone وأفكر كده وشيلوا فيديو حطوا وزاره if you have لو عندك سكين حطوا وخليه يصوروه وخطوا في السوشيال ميديا عشان يشوفوا.
Listen to this type of language. If you in South Sudan as a civilian and you angry with the Arab that killed your people, catch him and cut his throat, take his video and put it in social media. And yet you live here peaceful. Nobody will insult you. Nobody will arrest you, harass you. Nobody will abuse you. Because if you report somebody been harassing you, that person will be investigated. Somebody abuse you, that person will be investigated, and major consequences will be applied. But look at this: you live in Australia, you encouraging somebody back home to cut other people's throat, to kill other people. What is the government role here? What is the government of South Sudan role? The government that you believe it's a government that I doubt government will do anything, because I know they have no capability to make any change or to bring any change. And yet you hear advertising poor people back home to take the law in into their hands. ده حاجة الليفل بتاع الناس اللي في your clubhouse today. What are really what they're doing in clubhouse? And I really want to see like Hakuma Bitabele, they have to take really major security issue with those who live in diaspora here and supporting the regime that killing people, supporting the regime that terrorizing communities, supporting the regime that abusing people left and right. And here, Hakuma of Australia giving them luxuries life, protecting them, paying them money if they don't have, give them houses, shelters. But they deny all this to happen back home to poor people. Australia authorities should take this issue really serious, and we have to take this to the next level if we really need to have this have to be taken that really have to be taken really serious. Bemana, if you wanted to do this to Mundukurat, you guys are doing it to the other community. Bemana, you guys are doing it to the other community as well, because the rest of the community are really suffering. The rest of the people in South Sudan are really suffering. We are dying day and night. Our people are dying day and night. Okay? If they've been killed by Sakakin, if they've been, imagine cattle herders will be holding like this type of weapons, big artilleries. What for? What are you really looking for? I never seen a cattle herders holding like big artilleries wandering with it around and going around to the communities, terrorizing communities, in beating them up and raping women and raping men. This is from the same government that those people are supporting. Are from the government that today we have in South Sudan. And those people here in Australia, in Canada, America, Europe are supporting this government. And even encouraging their people back home to kill. This thing need to be taken really serious. There is no joke. You encouraging people to kill? Australians have to take a proper measure about this. Because what about me? You see me as Congolese. You see me as Ugandese, not South Sudanese. You threatening me 24/7. Bemana, one day, one time, you going to do it the same towards me. You're going to kill me as well. You're going to already my people have been killed and targeted. As earlier, I put the pictures up here. You guys have seen that in Lobonok. I will put the picture again about what happened in Lobonok. That was just yesterday. Now it is shift to the Lobonok. How Lobonok have been burned down, how Lobonok people have been displaced, how Lobonok people have been terrorized and beaten up. Okay, that was yesterday. 2 days ago in Mundiri, Greater Mundiri West, area called Wande. You can see that too. Some of the people were killed and terrorized and displaced, houses being burned down. That's in Mundri. And when we always come in media to condemn this action, those people, they're the one targeting us. They're the one threatening us, insulting us, all type of insult. Bemana, they're happy with what government is doing. They are happy with what government is doing towards the citizen. Regime can kill people, regime militia can do whatever they wanted to do, halal alem. And nobody should come out and talk. Nobody should come out and condemn. No, we're here to condemn. We'll condemn until the kingdom come. If you guys want it or not, we'll condemn until the kingdom come. You're not belong to that country alone. We all belong to that country called South Sudan. If you want to tell me that I came from somewhere, same as you came from somewhere too. That means we all came from somewhere and we live there at the moment, so nobody should move anyone anywhere. We all belong to that country and we all gonna stay there. Kan ma ajabak شوف لك أقرب شجرة. والله لازم ما عجبك شوف لك أقرب شجرة ولا النيل أمشي انتهر فوق. We have nothing to do with this. And هنا we dare to stay. We dare جنوبين to stay. But if you wanted to make yourself on the top of the others, that's not gonna happen and it's not acceptable. So أنا بكتفي بده هنا وأنا بقول شكرا للناس الجو وشكرا للناس اللي عملوا comments. شكرا للناس اللي عملوا share room video. If you did not share yet, please feel free share it وshare it لجروبات وواتساب or whatever محل اللي انت بتقدر تشير فوقه. Until we meet again next week. ساعة ونص ما بطل. أنا بكتفي بهذا ونتقابل again في next topic. So I will play one video, then a song, then I will close the room.
Junubi nasimata kundisa taide Gisa de muhimle ana wita Ugisa de sukari windu mana kebir O kebir vya yata nina Abuta isa kala skerita dola Meato talata alifishar Mabibi ufamwele shwalta degik Akil fi beta tubika mushkila Lakin mafi mushkila Mata kore rabuna gainu Itafi zurup wele itapitap Mata kore rabuna gainu Jamanana sukera na geni dugu wana zadukan kumsari Ayakan sabu, ayakan sukun lakinana mabi feki And everything you do, kudu fibala take rabuna gainu In everything you do, kudu fibala take rabuna gainu Jamanana sukera na geni dugu wana zadukan kumsari Ayakan sabu, ayakan sukun lakinana mabi feki Zamanana sukera na geni dugu wana zadukan kumsari Ayakan sabu, ayakan sukun lakinana mabi feki Utanin bigulita mababi nujua Utanin bigulita mabibi warabia Utanin bigulita mabiliko shokol Lakin mafi mushkila mata kore rabuna gainu Itakanta boda wala tamatam Itakana tala wala kan gafiri Sakal sedi rabuna gainu Itakan sukar wala itakan kebir Sakal sedi rabuna gainu Ita businessman wala ta askeri Sakal sedi rabuna gainu And big up to the Asolas, yeah My homie Chris Levy In a jamming bed meaning nothing to something In everything you do, kudu fibala take rabuna gainu In everything you do, kudu fibala take rabuna gainu Zamanana sukera na geni dugu wana zadukan kumsari Ayakan sabu, Zamanana sukera na geni dugu wana zadukan kumsari Ayakan sabu, ayakan sukun lakinana mabi feki Junubi nasimata kungisa taide Gisa de muhimle ana wita